this economy. That with a click, you can be able to get information about a particular company. Before investing in a company, you need to do a background check. It's just the same like somebody overseas tell me that, oh, somebody overseas want to invest maybe in my company in Africa. They do what they call background check. You need to check, do a check, track record, you know, of what these people who are your lawyers, so that you consult also with the law firm that is backing that investment.
So in case anything happens, you actually know who to hold.
You should actually know, like the current one that just crashed. You know, I've never been trapped by those investment schemes because we have gone to business school. We understand. We are not investing based on emotion. We are not investing based on emotion. Somebody cannot just come and say, I'm going to make 10 million in 1 month without real data. You need to get to the graft. Let me know the figures. Let me know the data. What I will do to get to that 10 million. But people just sit. Your friend just sent you a link. Oh, if you invest money, they call you what? Money man. Also, you invest money in this, you're going to make 10. You know, you're going to make 10x of that within two weeks. You understand? So, what people need to know is you yourself need to do a background check about that company if you want to invest. Do a background check. You understand? Do a background check. That is why very soon we are going to be organizing program like investment show. Every evening people can come and chill. We teach them what to invest in. Every evening on Sunday, an investment show.
Do a background check. That is something I've actually learned from.
Do a background check,
and
you do a background check, and you yourself, you are not the one to do the investment. I think everybody should have a lawyer. I have close to 5 lawyers.
What if you cannot afford a lawyer?
No, in Cameroon, lawyers are very affordable. Yeah. There are so many because if somebody have like 1.5 million to invest, that person should have a lawyer. You understand? Because the lawyers in Cameroon, they don't really charge us. If you go to a law firm and say, I want to open a file there for 50,000, you can always call that lawyer whenever you have a deal to do, and you just compensate the lawyer for just coming there to really go through the files. And let me tell you, investment is not something that we just hear. In company setting, if I want to invest money to a company, they give me their proposal, and we sit like for 1 month to analyze as a company to invest in that company.
Well, I hope our televiewers have gathered something from Mr. Babula's analysis tonight. And Mr. Lyonga has been itching to say something. But before we come to you, Mr. Lyonga, televiewers, if you're just joining us, this is the future. And of course, our talking point for today is investment in the 21st century. Now, before you came or before you joined us, Mr. Babula was just giving us an analysis of the 3 different levels of investment. He talked of Ponzi scheme, he talked of the pyramid scheme, and of course the Ponzi scheme. Now going over to you, Mr. Lyonga, you're a youth, and of course you have equally impacted lives, because based on what I have read and heard about you, the CEO of Mafi, you as a youth, why do you think youths get themselves involved with some of these investment schemes without actually getting proper knowledge about it?
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator. I would first like to say, doing an investment or getting into an investment is like planting into your future. And when you plant into your future, you don't plant recklessly. No farmer goes to the farm to put maybe some crops on the ground, and you can't plant cassava and harvest yam. Now there is a get-rich mentality in our generation. That's the problem with most of the youth investing nowadays. You cannot invest $1 million and in 1 week or 2 weeks you are itchy or expecting a form of reward, or I don't get it. The earth, yes, our generation is fast, and there is tech, and there's a lot of things that you could put your money there that could spin up your money over time and get it very fast back to you. But as Mr. Babula was saying, what have you checked about this whole system? They are rather than putting your money maybe in the Ponzi schemes and in the investment platforms, I think there are 2 other sure ways you can invest money. One of them is real estate. It is certain if you buy a piece of land in one village now in Buea, you'll be able to sell it in 4 years in a very reasonable sum. It is certain that if you invest in people, you will never fail. Why now think of getting money faster? It's just simply because our generation wants the quick money.
Well, you really cannot blame us, because if I was told to probably take 1 million francs and invest in a Ponzi scheme that is probably going to give me 3 million francs in the next 2 months, and you will say I should invest in real estate where I will have to wait for 4 years. The options are there. Choose. I will definitely go for the 2 months option. 4 years is a long period of time, so you really cannot blame some of these youths out there. But please, I'm not saying that these things are ideal. These things are ideal, I beg, and that is not what I'm saying. Ponzi schemes are definitely scams. Most of them are scams, just like what we know with Money Man. We know TCL, which has crashed recently, and people are crying. I know people who are going to the hospital because of Money Man. It is really not easy. I've been a victim myself, and trust me, the feeling is not really the best. We have a lot of people on the street who have a lot of things to say about this Ponzi schemes, these people that come up and tell you that, oh no, you can invest this amount of money and within this period of time you're going to get the money back and even double. They have a lot to say, but before we go there, Mr. Babila, you mentioned that people should get expert knowledge. You get knowledge from experts. Now, I want to ask you this question. We know about the Bitcoin, we know about Forex, and most of the people that we meet are usually middlemen and people who claim to have this knowledge. But at the end of the day, you still yourself working at a loss, because you still somehow find yourself in that trap. So what if I go now and meet an expert, the supposed expert, and he actually leads me into do?
Yeah, the problem we also have in Cameroon is because we don't really have a workable exchange market like what we have in the Nigerian stock exchange market. We have the Douala stock exchange market, which I don't know is existent. Not that we don't have Cameroonians that are experts that can trade in the Douala stock exchange market, and that is why we have a lot of problems in Cameroon when it comes to Forex. The truth is that most of these guys who say they are experts, they don't really have direct market access when it comes to Forex trading. They work with brokers. They don't really have direct access market. So most of the analysis that they get, they are not really direct analysis from the stock exchange market, and that is why they get a lot of failures. I tell you, because I have good knowledge when it comes to Forex, even though I don't trade it. But I had to take time to really study it, because as you start growing a company, there are times that you yourself want to start trading as a company on the stock exchange market, because you can really make huge money when you trade in huge volume as a company, like what Aliko Dangote Group is doing. So the truth is, most of these guys who say they are experts, they are not actually. They may be experts, they have some basic knowledge, but the problem with most of these guys is because they don't have direct market access. So they are being manipulated by the market brokers. Like most of them they access the market through most of these guys from North Cyprus and the rest, and most of those platforms are really fake platforms. You understand? So the truth is, if you want to trade Forex, there are ways you can go about it, and you need expert knowledge.
You definitely need expert knowledge, because I hear people cry a lot about all these things that it's going down by the day. Well, I'm going to come to you, Mr. Lyonga. We are talking Ponzi schemes today, and of course, investing in Ponzi schemes is really, really very difficult. What do you have to say about Money Man? This is the recent one that is trending here, Buea. And trust me, youth are so frustrated. They really want to hear something about Money Man.